Good evening. It's Friday the 13th. I'm Russell Mays, and this is a Radio Russell at podbean.com. It's been an interesting week this week. Many things have been talked about, accused, argued, hated, and loved, as a matter of fact. But is it about America? One of the main things that I want to bring up tonight is, what is America and who is selling America? And is America for sale? That's the question. Is America for sale? Well, I learned something very interesting today about the United States. As a matter of fact, hey, Vinny, give me a call. I'll put you on the mic. I got to ask you something. All right, let's go ahead and connect you there. Hey there.
How are you?
I'm doing really good. How about yourself, sir?
Yeah, I'm doing pretty good.
I got a quick question for you. What country are you in right now?
I'm from India. I've talked to you.
You're in India. Okay, I just wanted to make sure. The reason why I wanted to definitely touch bases with you on this is because of something that came to light to me today, and it's about the financial markets across the world. And I was wondering, during the Trump administration, the last 4 years, did your dollar, or what does India use for their money? What is it called? A Bahrain? What is it called? We call it a dollar here. What do you guys call it there?
Rupees.
Rupees.
You mean currency, right? You mean the
Indian currency. Yes, exactly.
It's rupees.
Rupees.
Yes.
Did I say that right?
Yeah, rupees.
Okay. What? Oh, let me put my glasses on so I can read it. Rupees. Okay, fantastic. Is the value of your rupees better or worse at this point in time? Do you know? Is the buying power of it better?
Like, yeah, like, it's like it's good, like, it's good for now, like, the way our prime minister runs the country. It's good, like, a lot of people like it, and they're very happy with how he's
that's one of the things that I was very interested in, because I do with clients and people all over the world, different countries. And I was talking to a gentleman in South Africa. And we got into the political conversation, and he was very upset at what Trump had been doing concerning the world market.
I know that the way that Trump runs the America, it's pretty improper, because a lot of innocent American civilians say that. Like, as we all know, that Biden and Kamala Harris have won the election, right? So
no, they have not won the election yet.
Oh, okay.
No, they have not. It hasn't been decided yet.
Oh, okay.
See, that's the misinterpretation of what the media does. But that's okay. That's the game they play to get people believing that he is president. But no, he's not president yet. Okay. They still got to confirm him. They got to verify the election. There's a lot of things that are happening now because it's under contestation.
Yeah, I've
So
also heard that there's going to be a white supremacist rally in the Washington, right? They're
say
going to
that
be
again.
having. I have heard that there's going to be a white supremacist rally in the Washington. Is it true?
Absolutely. What will happen is if Biden takes the presidency, there won't be any riots. It'll be,
That's good
okay,
for the
we're here and
country,
there.
right?
There might be a
I mean,
protest or something. But,
I mean,
yeah, but if Trump regains the presidency, the Democrat left, the Biden administration, will violently burn cities here in the United States. The Democrats will burn and murder and kill people because of that. Yes. And it's already happened already.
That's so horrible. That's so
it's unbelievable. But yet they tell everybody else that they're the God savers. But they hate Trump so much they are willing to burn their own cities down and violate people and kill them because of what Trump is. Now, that's only a small portion of what's happening. That's how they get people to submit to their ways. Many people on this earth are good people. They're God-fearing people. They follow their religions. They obey what needs to be done.
Yeah, they respect everyone as human beings. They never discriminate on the basis of the race, caste, religion, sex, or gender, or skin color.
Or whatever it may be. And what happens is you have the few, and our I don't know about the rest of the world's media. I've seen some of it, but it's not as bad as the U.S. media with the lies and the deceit saying that everybody is evil in the United States. Well, it's not true.
Yeah, everybody is not evil. That's true.
So, but what I was getting to is the gentleman and my clients and customers that I was talking to in South Africa today, they're very upset at Trump because Trump is not giving their country the money that they used to get. And their dollars, I don't know if it's rupees or dollars or whatever they use in South Africa, is not worth what it used to be. And it's the same thing with the yen and the ruby in Russia and Saudi Arabia and the other countries. Their devaluation of their money goes down once the U.S. starts. And it's really interesting to me. And the reason why it's interesting is because if the United States does poorly and we become out of work, unemployed, living on the streets, the rest of the world, or most of the world, does very well. Okay, but what Trump has done was he made America first. Not to say that the other countries were bad or good or anything like that. He was tired of the U.S. citizens of our own country being treated like dogs to China. You know what I mean? China was taking all the jobs. So he stopped that. So what happened is now the people that were making all the money from the Chinese and the Saudi Arabians and Iran and Iraq and Russia and some of those other countries got very pissed. That's why we're in the mess we're in now. The interesting thing is what Trump did was he opened the eyes to a lot of people here in this country of how it works. And he is going to, if Biden gets in, I'm going to be going down his list of 100 days here of what Biden wants to do and how he will sell out America. And that's going to hurt.
Biden will sell out.
Oh yeah,
Biden will.
it's already here in black and white in front of me right now of all the things that he's going to do to sell out of America. So all the countries that Trump helped out, India, Israel, there's a few other countries that he went in and helped. Those countries will also be hurting because of Biden.
Oh.
And you remember when Trump was there and he was speaking with your president, and he was speaking in, there was like 100,000 people there.
Yeah,
in that stadium. Were you there?
Yeah, in India it's a prime minister, not the president.
Oh, prime minister. Okay, thank you very much for the correction on that. But that was an amazing thing. Trump loves these people. Trump loves people. But because he does, and he really truly wants to help the people, he is being tormented. I'm just amazed at this man's ability to stand. I could not put up with the evil that they're putting on him for the last 4 years. It's absolutely blows me away. It really does. So besides that, how's things working over there in India? Are you doing well for yourself?
I mean, I have just finished my graduation in 2019. I'll study for 2 more years. And then I have family business, but probably I'll go for the job.
Fantastic. What was your graduation? What are you studying?
I have finished the graduation from the Commerce faculty. That is the BCom.
Okay, so what is the occupation, or what was the subject?
The BCom, the Commerce faculty, Bachelor's in Commerce. That's the course I finished my graduation from.
Oh, the commerce.
Yes, exactly.
So you know exactly what I'm talking about with the finances in the world economy.
Yeah, like you get a lot of things in the commerce, like, related to if you want to be a businessman, like a solo proprietor, a joint stock company, or if you want to be an accountant, or if you want to like if you want to go in the field of marketing, it covers all of these areas: the economics, the accountancy,
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
So, how much longer do you have then? You graduated recently. Now, are you in secondary school, or what is that?
I mean, I have finished my schooling, my college. I'll study for 2 more years in college because I want to study for my post-graduation.
Gotcha.
That is the master's. Yeah.
So that's going to give you, what, 6 years in college? 6 years school?
College, it's like after 12th grade, it's like the bachelor's is of three years and the master's is of 2 years. Okay.
Gotcha. It's the same length of time here in the U.S. for schooling, so that's pretty good. So do you have high hopes for your future?
Yeah, I mean, I want to do a job of an accountant. I really love accountancy since my college life. I loved solving the sums, the problems related to accountancy. And also in my schooling life, I like the mathematics subject, And the maths and the accountancy subject, both of these subjects involve numbers, the calculations, and which pass, it involves the numbers. So I like these types of subjects,
You got to be a special person to like that kind of stuff. I like crunching numbers, but I can't crunch numbers all day. Me, personally, I love to talk. I love to meet people. I like to know what's going on in the world. And that's why I love my podcast, and I do radio here in the U.S.
I never researched on the Indian politics, but I really watched the first presidential and the second presidential debate, and I also watched the vice presidential debate of America, and it was like nice. Like it was a debate. It was a nice debate and all. but I feel that whoever, like, I don't know who will win, but whoever wins the election, I really hope that he runs the America well. He has a plan for the vaccine of the COVID. He, like, improves the economy of the
Right.
America. Yeah,
Well,
he focuses on the education of the
well,
America and all.
this is interesting, and because this is how information is disseminated or being put out to the world. People, Biden's campaign got mad because they want to take over the presidency. Of course they do. They want to win, but they don't want to release the vaccine until he gets into office so he can take credit for it. But the vaccine is ready. It's already set and it's on the market now. They have it.
Okay.
They already have a cure. Everything else is ready to go. And Trump wants to release it. But now they're in a political battle over how it's going to be released. And one of the things that I was going to be bringing up on this show, and the title, as you can see, is Selling of America. Is America for Sale? Well, they want to make money off of giving this vaccine to the American people. And they're fighting over this. And I'm going, wait a minute, what about the people? Everybody's standing up on their pulpits wanting us to vote for them. And they're telling us how much they care about the American people. But yet they're fighting over who's going to get the credit for giving out just give it out. You know what I mean? Give it to the world. Give it to the countries, And it's me. And just give you a little bit of instance of what's going on, because Trump really was for the United States. He was our first president that actually said our country is hurting. It needs to be fixed. And he went out and tried to fix it. So this is what the list they base the first 100 days of all politicians that take the office. What are they going to do in their first 100 days? How are they going to do whatever? And it states here, it shows that this is what Biden has on his website for his first 100 days. He's going to assemble a coronavirus task force during his presidential transition. And the question to that is, what kind of a task force? What's he going to do? Everything's done. Is he going to re-implement the virus, which they're trying to do now? They're going to call it a second round or whatever. But then he says he's going to push for immediate coronavirus legislation. What does that mean? He's going to have a task force, and then he's going to have legislation to do what? And it says here in the descriptions, he says, this is Biden's words, I'll ask the new Congress to put a bill on my desk by the end of January that all the resources to see how both our public health and economic responses can be seen through the end. That's all been done. It's already in place. He's going to redo everything if he gets into office. His next thing in office is he's going to release a vaccine distribution plan. He's not going to release the vaccine. He's going to give a plan to tell people how he's going to release the plan. And he wants to spend $25 billion on a vaccine production and disbursement. My question to this is a very big question to everyone else that is listening to my voice, is it's already been produced and it's all ready for distribution. All they have to do is just put it out there. Our pharmacies are ready. Our drugstores already are geared up for it. They're ready to take it and give the vaccine out. He wants to redo it all under his guise. His next thing he wants to do is he wants to listen to science by rejoining the WHO and keeping Fauci, which is our head health dude here, as a close advisor. He wants to rejoin the World Health Organization, who backed Wuhan while they released the virus upon the world. The other thing that's interesting about it is Dr. Fauci, who demanded that everybody get locked down, wear masks, and shelter in place, all this, he has stock and financial investments in the lab at Wuhan that made the virus. And they're going to put him back in charge of that, which scares me. And the reason why it scares me, not only is he in charge of it, and he was part of the release of it to the world the first time, in 2022, Beijing is holding the Winter Olympics, which means the entire world presumably will be going to China to be reinfected again with another virus. That's my assumption or my idea of possibilities.
Oh, okay.
That's pretty amazing. I heard about this and I said, wait a minute. The Olympics is in 2022 in Beijing. And that's right down the street from Wuhan, where the virus was, and they locked everybody down. What better way to spread the virus again than to have the entire world go to the country? So that's going to be interesting to be addressed in the future.
Mm-hmm.
Now, here's something else. This is just some of the list that's on there. Trump's he's going to reverse Trump's corporate tax cut. So, in a sense, what Trump did to help out the people that were hurting so bad when he took office after the Obama administration, that he cut the taxes that he took out of their check. So, I'll give you an example. If you made $100, the government took $35 out of your check to pay for the taxes, whether government, roads, streets, military, whatever they used it for. Trump's corporate tax cut put the money back into the people's pocket. So instead of $35 coming out, $15 came out of your paycheck. So what happened was you had more money to spend. And because people had more money to spend, the economy started taking off and becoming very good. Biden wants to stop that. So Biden is going to take that money back.
Okay.
So do you see how this is going to really decimate the U.S. economy? Is if the government takes its money away.
Yeah. So, like, what do you think is the correct way to, that in the tax system, how do you think it can be improved?
How it can be improved?
Yeah,
That's one of the biggest questions that needs to be answered. I have a lot of ideas about the taxes and what can be done, but whether it will be done is another thing. The problem with our country and most countries out there is our political leaders produce nothing. You know what I mean? They sit up there and they make laws to tell people how to live their lives.
Oh.
Do you see where I'm going with that? I mean, if you're driving down the street and you're drunk driving, there's a law saying that you can't drink and drive or you get arrested and be fined. Okay.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just hoping, I think India has the same kind of a law, right?
Yeah.
Okay.
True.
That law was developed by politicians. So we are taxed to pay politicians to run our life.
Oh.
Governments are too much controlling of people's lives. We want to live our life. We want to be able to go to school. We want to be educated. We want to get out. We want to get a good job. We want to get paid well. We want to get married, have kids, property, this kind of stuff. That's the dream most people, at least here in the United States, wants. And a lot of free countries want it. India wants that. You want to live your life.
Yeah, true.
But the moment a politician who we elect is there for the people, not for themselves. And the biggest question people ask is how can a poor man go into politics, run the government, and when they're finished, they become out extremely wealthy? When our Constitution was originally written, that none of the politicians took a salary or money. They weren't allowed to make money during the government. It's all changed. Once they started making money, they started getting greedy, and now they want to run the country, and they want us to tell us how to live our life. Simple as that. And that's where that corporate tax comes in at. Here's something else that Mr. Joe Biden wants to do when he gets president, if he does. He's going to reinitial or make the U.S. an international leader on climate change. He wants to rejoin the climate accord in Europe to save the world. Okay. The problem with that is the United States was paying all the money into the climate accord to save the world. But the major polluting countries out there were exempt from taking action to save the world. So it's a money laundering scam. Something else he wants to do, he wants to extend the Voting Rights Act, giving people that should not vote the right to vote in our country. And what I mean by that, people that are not U.S. citizens or people that were federal crime breakers, they're in jail. They have the right to vote, and they shouldn't. Their rights were taken away. He's going to take the fences down, open our borders up. He's presumably going to stop family separations at the U.S.-Mexico border. And what that means is everything that he did with Obama under their first administration, he's going to re-implement it there, and he's going to force these people to be separated from their families. He's also going to lift the ban of Muslim countries to allow them to fly back into the United States. The original ban on these particular countries, such as Iran, there's a few other, not Turkey, but Saudi Arabia, Yemen. These people were the terrorists that were killing all our people. And he's going to allow them back into our country. It says here he is going to try to deconstruct the wall.
Dangerous. It's dangerous to be America, right?
Oh, yeah. He's totally going to destroy this country. I believe that in my heart. That if he gets in, by this illegal vote, a few things have happened. Nobody in the country, U.S., will believe in the election again. It's been tainted by what they did. And I mean, it was very... Say again?
What does contagion means?
Contagion means infected. Like if you had the coronavirus, you touch somebody, and now you have the virus, that's contagion. And what's going to happen is if he gets in, and with the way the election was done, nobody's going to believe that our elections are good. They won't trust it anymore. So that means we're going to become a dictatorship and we will no longer be a free country. And let's see, comprehensive criminal justice reform. He's going to try to increase the amount of Supreme Justices on the courts because they're all mad because now it's a conservative leaning for the rights of the United States and not for the rights of the left socialists. And he wants to repair alliances with China, Russia, Iran. Unbelievable. Unbelievable. These are all literally on his website of the things he's going to do. There's not one thing on this first 100 days of how he's going to help America. Everything is geared towards helping everybody else in the world. Sad thing about this is if the world does well, the U.S. does very poorly. If the U.S. does well, a lot of countries in the world do poorly. And simple reason is because of the U.S. dollar. Everything's based on it. We either become a service-oriented country or a manufactured country. And manufacturing and production of goods is what makes a country very prosperous.
Okay.
You see what I'm saying? I mean, you're going to be a number cruncher. You will know this, that if you can produce something that people want, they will buy that product from you. Mm-hmm. But if you're in a country with all you do is just purchase products, eventually you're going to run out of money to purchase those products, and you will become a very poor country.
Absolutely.
So, and there's no happy medium. That's what Trump did. Trump will go down in history as one of the best presidents in the world after all this rigmarole, because of the simple fact is he's not for government. He's for the people. And what happened was, and I'm here in the state of Nevada. Nevada covered this entire state in ballots, unauthorized ballots. And the reason why they did that is they have the opportunity to make Biden their winner just by false fraud voting ballots. Simple as that. And that happened all over the country. That's why it's under contestation or contesting. They are saying, hey, this is not right. So now they're doing recounts. So that's where our world is heading to. And it's very difficult.
Do you think that there is going to be a re-election?
It's very possible. That's one of the things that it could be. They could actually hold a re-election. Yes, they can definitely do that. I don't think it's going to come down to that. I personally think it's going to come down to the 12th Amendment. And in our Constitution, we have a thing called the 12th Amendment, which is the Electoral College. You might have heard it on TV that Joe Biden got 294 electoral votes to become the president-elect. It's one thing they bolster quite a bit. You need 270 to become the president-elect. Okay.
Yeah.
All right. So
kind of like Trump got around 214, right?
Right. Exactly. Yes. Exactly right. According to their rules, the Democrat left rules. However, the reason why we're having these recounts now is because 8 of the states have been found fraudulent or fake voting. So now they have to do a recount to make sure who really won those states. And there's a good chance that Trump won those states because of what the Democrat socialist left did. So if that happens, you're going to see a lot of riots going on, and they'll flip the states. But the other scenario that could happen, and a lot of people don't realize this, is if it's an undecided who is actually president, it will go to our Congress. And Congress will have to vote for who the next president will be. Okay. And the reason why they don't want it to get to this point is because this vote, we have 50 states in the United States. In this special electoral voting, each state has 2 votes. One for president, one for vice president. And whomever gets the most votes, doesn't matter if it's 26, 24, you know what I mean? Doesn't matter. Mm-hmm. If you're 1 point vote over, you're president. The problem with it is Trump has more than 35, 40 states that'll vote for him. And the Democrats do not have much more than 10 states, if that. So Trump will win that election. That's why they're fighting so hard, so it won't get there. Our election is pretty messed up, man.
Oh. Well, I would just say that, whoever wins, like there are people who, who neither like Trump nor they like Biden. Like there are people like that also. And I would just say whoever wins. I'm not from the America. I mean, I understood most of the part you said, and I have never researched on the American politics much, but I would just say that, whoever wins, he just runs the America pretty well, just, takes care of, make sure that everyone is happy and, he is solving the
problem. How do you let me ask you, that's a good point right there. How do you make everybody happy? All right,
by taking the right and the correct decisions when it comes to running a country, by if you face any kind of pandemic like this COVID and all, to handle the situation properly and try your best to make sure that
right. Well, let me ask you. This is very good. This is a great thing that you just brought up. Mm-hmm. Because according to the proverbial popular vote, Donald Trump received 72 million votes. Joe Biden received 74 million votes. It's almost 50% of the United States voted for Trump, and 50% of the United States voted for Biden. The people on Biden's side hate Trump. They didn't vote for Biden because he's a good person. They voted for Biden because they hated Trump. The Trump people, and I'm guilty of this myself also, if Biden becomes my president, I will not do anything that man says. I despise that man and what he's done in his history in politics. So right there, if Biden wins, how does he make me feel happy if I already hate him? You see what I'm saying? And now you have to multiply that by 72 million people. And that right there is why a politician has one of the toughest jobs in the world. It's also the reason why you have so much BS within politics. And it doesn't matter what country you're in. And the reason is because you can't please everybody. But the moment you start pleasing or trying to please everybody, you end up displeasing everybody. That's why this country is built on majority rules. So people have to get together and start building for themselves. But if you cause such strife, the media caused so much of this systemic racism, which is such a lie. And the reason why it's a lie, because it's a false thing. It's not here in the U.S. But they made people believe all over the world that the United States is a racist country, and it's not. The only people that are racist is the media, the ABC, NBC news organizations that are trying to get this information festering in people, making them mad, so they can, abuse the other side, if you will. It's an ugly business that we're in now. And the only people that are going to get hurt on this is the American people. And a lot of countries, too, as a matter of fact.
Yeah.
So
if they're going to be hurt, that's not it's going to be hard, right, for people to face the tough and the bad.
It's going to be very hard. It's going to be, no matter who wins. If Trump wins, it's going to be very difficult. If Biden wins, it's going to be very difficult because neither side will accept the results of the election. Oh, thanks for sharing. That was cool. Neither side will accept the election no matter what. So what will happen is now you're going to have this huge argument for 4 years. And people don't realize our president can serve 2 terms as president only. Trump will be back at the end of this term if he does not win this election. So not only will they have to deal with Trump's badgering, and I know he's going to badger the left big time if he loses for 4 years. He's going to run again, or his sons or daughter will run again.
I mean, don't you think he'll be too old for running the presidency again? Trump?
You're breaking up. I can hardly hear you.
Can you hear me now?
Yeah, I can hear you now.
Yeah, I'm just saying, after 4 years, that is in 2024, don't you think that the Trump will be too old to run the presidency? I mean, he's going to be 78.
Well, Biden's 78 now.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, Biden is 78. Biden is going to be, 78, 9, 80. He'll be 82 at the end of 4 years.
I mean, it's a very big age for presidency, to be honest. They should
it really is. To be honest with you, I saw that in Ronald Reagan. Reagan was doing really good his first year, but by
when people develop such ages, the elder ages, they already have the pre-existing conditions, and it's such people should rest. They should they should retire at this age and like rest at their house. You know what I mean? Like their
Well,
sons or
that's
daughters.
what people think, anyhow. And this is something else that really makes a lot of people mad at Trump. Trump is up at 5 o'clock in the morning and he goes nonstop. For a 72-year-old man, this is incredible. Plus, he doesn't drink and he doesn't smoke and he believes in the man, the Lord. Those things that he does is incredible. No other president has been like this. They can't keep up with him. And that's the reason why I know he's going to pull out this election, because Trump has been one step ahead of the left since he took office. And it made him madder and madder and madder. And he knew this fake election and these fake ballots that came in, he knew it was coming. And I'm sure he was preparing for it. So he's not out of this race yet. But the media and the news out there is really making a lot of people believe that it's all over with. And it's not. It's absolutely amazing what's going on.
Well,
so, my
I
friend,
really hope that everything becomes all right soon. I really hope that. That's what I can hope for. You know.
Well, we can all hope for, but this is something. Your religion is different than my religion. Okay, I believe in the Bible, the New Testament with Jesus Christ, and he says in the Bible, he says that if someone slaps you on the cheek, you turn the other cheek to them. It's a passive, hey, if that's what they want to do, go ahead and do it. You're a better man for it. But my question to that is if they keep slapping you and beating you, how long do you allow them to do that before you stand your ground? You know what I mean? So, I'm a nobody in the world when it comes to God and how the world works. I have no idea what his plan is or what he's going to do. All I can do is hope and try to make my life best.
And we can hope and pray that everything becomes good, well, and nice,
But we also have to go out there and work for it, because in all religions,
you're right.
It all says the same thing. I mean, let's look at your education. If you sat at home doing absolutely nothing, you would never become an accountant.
Absolutely.
So,
I mean, I'll have to work hard.
You had to get up in the morning and go to school every day and learn.
Yeah.
So you have to take responsibility for your own actions.
Yeah, you're right. Like, I have to work hard. I have to study well.
Yes,
I have
exactly.
to develop a personality. I have to develop the communicational skills. I have to develop a confidence. I have to clear the interviews pretty well. That's when I'll be able to get a good job. When I'll study well, then only I'll be able to score well in my exams.
That's exactly right, and everybody has to do that. However, with our youth today and all these riots that you saw on TV, I don't know, did you guys see the rioting that was going on in Washington State and Oregon and the burning of the cities and stuff?
I mean, I have heard about the George Floyd's case. Like there was not a peaceful protest, and also I've heard that the California was in flames. Like it was burning a lot.
Well, yeah, the California was just forest fires that they were mismanaged and poor. The George Floyd thing, that was one of the catalysts that started a lot of the riots that went on here. But that was also manipulation. It was bad what George Floyd happened to him. Did he deserve to die over that? No. But what he did constituted a reaction, because he was fighting the police, causing them harm, and the police did everything in their power to keep him from harming himself. But people don't see that. Now the videos are out there of what this man did. But that's not getting the press that the riots were getting. And now it's all in the past and nobody cares about it anymore. But they only see one side of the...
According to me, they should have just taken him to the police station and then just put him in the jail.
They were trying
let
to.
the court decide. Yeah.
They were trying to. That was the whole thing. He was a big guy. He was being arrested. He was fighting them. He was doing all that. And it took a lot of people to hold him down. Now, here's the other thing people don't realize. He didn't die under the knee of that police officer.
Oh.
No. He was full of drugs that stopped his heart. He was on meth. These are the reports that are coming out. His blood toxicology or whatever they call it, where they test your blood for drugs, was filled with meth and all these kind of drugs in there. He didn't die from the knee on the neck. But the video that was taken by his girlfriend was the only thing that was played on the news, and that's the story they went with, and that destroyed and killed us. Okay, George Floyd died. Do you know how many? Let me ask you this, because that story is all over the world. How many people died as the result of George Floyd? Do you know that answer?
No, I never researched properly or in a very open-minded way about the American politics.
Which is okay. That's understandable. But because of the riots that happened with George Floyd, 21 Americans lost their lives. 5 of them were police officers. So, as the results of these people rioting, they killed 21 people. But you don't hear about that part about it. So if this was such a tragedy of George Floyd being a drug addict, dying under his own cause of taking drugs and refusing to be arrested and all this kind of stuff, ends up dying, and people killing other people for this? No, there's something evil in our world now. I really truly believe that. There's an evil aspect within certain people that are making this happen. I believe 90% of the world is a good, no matter what country you come from. 90% of the people running around is good. But there's 10% of the people that are sheer evil that are in control of what we think. That's where the problem is, because they start inciting riots, causing these people to be violent and protesting and everything else. It's pretty wild, man.
Yeah, I can understand.
So I don't know what's going to happen, but one thing is for sure. January 3rd, we have to swear in a new Congress. All the congressional people that got elected, all the senators got elected, they all have to be in place to swear in the new president, okay, on the 20th. Yeah. That's when the presidency ends, is the 20th, and that's when whoever takes over will be president. They will know for a fact December, I think 13th or 20th, they have to make a decision on who's going to be president. So right now, we're still in limbo. They're doing their investigations. There's a lot of affidavits, a lot of sworn testimonies of what went wrong during the election. So it's going to be pretty amazing, man.
Yeah, you can. I'm looking forward to this.
Right, right. Well, my friend, I'm going to
Any,
go ahead and shut her down for today, and I'm going to be trying to make more and more of these podcasts
yeah. Do
as I
you
can
have
get
any
on as
schedule
possible.
of your cast?
Say again?
I said, do you have any schedule of your cast?
I didn't understand. I apologize.
I said, do you have any schedule? The schedule of your live cast?
Oh, no. No, no schedule yet. And the reason why is because of the way my work works. And basically, what happens is once I get done one, I have to do the presentations and stuff, and then I have to get on the radio and do my podcast. And I like to make it a regular thing. I really would. So I just need a bigger following, and if I can make money at it, it'll be great. But right now, everything I'm doing on the air at this podcast now is totally of my own accord. I spend my own money for it. Everything else is just building an audience is what I am. So make sure you share my podcast with everybody.
Yeah, I've shared it with my friend.
Fantastic. Vinny, I do have to go. So thank you very much for joining me on the air tonight. My name is
nice
Russell
talking
May.
to you, dude.
Yep. And this is Radio Russell at podbean.com. Check me out. You take care. Vinny, bye-bye now. Have fun.
You too. Bye.
Bye-bye.
See you.